Right now, above your head, thousands of satellites are racing across the sky, each one faster than a bullet. And together, they're creating something humanity has never had before: a truly global, borderless, unstoppable internet system. One that doesn't rely on cables, governments, or geography. One that can reach ships in the Pacific, villages in the Amazon, military units in the desert, and one day, even colonies on Mars. This is Starlink. And it's about to change everything. Half the planet still has unreliable or no internet. Not because fiber is bad technology, but because the world itself is difficult. Mountains, deserts, jungles, war zones, corrupt or unstable governments. Laying fiber cables through all of that is slow, expensive, and in some regions, almost impossible. Even where cables exist, they can be damaged by storms, earthquakes, sabotage, or simply poor maintenance. Traditional satellite internet was supposed to be the solution, but it came with its own big problem. It was slow, laggy, and barely usable for modern life. Video calls stuttered. Online gaming was a joke. Even simple browsing felt like going back in time. Starlink was built to fix exactly that. Instead of putting the internet under the ground, it puts the internet above our heads. A network in the sky, instead of a fragile web of cables in the dirt. Older satellite systems sat around 36,000 kilometers above Earth in what's called geostationary orbit. That height has one advantage. A single satellite can cover a huge area, but there's a brutal downside: distance. Your signal has to travel all the way up and all the way back down. Every time you click, speak, or stream, that delay adds up. Latency jumped to around 600 milliseconds or more. That doesn't sound like much on paper, but in real life it feels awful. Video calls became awkward. Online games became unplayable. Even loading a website felt like shouting across a canyon and waiting for the echo. Starlink does something radically different. Its satellites orbit at just 550 kilometers above Earth, more than 60 times closer than old systems. That slashes latency down to around 20 to 40 milliseconds, similar to normal, high-speed broadband. It doesn't just make satellite internet usable, it makes satellite internet feel normal. A single low-orbit satellite covers only a small patch of Earth. So instead of a handful of huge satellites, Starlink uses thousands of smaller ones, forming a constantly moving mesh around the planet. Each satellite travels at 27 centimeters, handing users off like relay runners. This ultra-dense swarm ensures no gaps in coverage and no single point of failure. But the real genius isn't just the number of satellites, it's the resilience of the network. If one satellite goes offline, dozens instantly fill the gap. If a country attempts to block the signal, Starlink simply reroutes around the interference. This adaptive, self-healing behavior is something no ground-based system can replicate. It's the same principle used in advanced military communication networks, now scaled to the entire planet. Early Starlink satellites used radio to talk to ground stations, but the newest models use laser links between satellites. That means signals can jump from satellite to satellite across continents without ever touching Earth. No cables to cut, no borders to cross, no censorship, just pure light-speed data transfer in the vacuum of space, faster than fiber. Each satellite is a compact flying machine equipped with phased array antennas, which electronically steer beams in milliseconds. They also use advanced Hall effect ion thrusters, powered by krypton, cheaper and harder to engineer than xenon. Once in orbit, they unfold their solar panels, orient themselves with hyper-precision, and navigate using onboard AI to dodge debris. Starlink's user terminal is a flat, motorized dish that automatically searches for satellites overhead. It tracks them, switches connections instantly, and maintains high speeds even on moving vehicle, boats, planes, RVs, even military convoys. No technician needed. Plug it in, point at the sky, and you're online. Starlink bypasses traditional telecom infrastructure. It doesn't care about national borders or regulatory choke points. Some governments fear they can't censor or control it. Some militaries fear they can't intercept it. Telecom giants fear they can't compete with it. Starlink changes who controls information, shifting power from the ground to space. Starlink already supports disaster zones after earthquakes, Arctic and Antarctic expeditions, ships crossing oceans, remote towns with zero infrastructure, aircraft in flight, war zones where communication is life or death, and new satellites launch almost weekly. Elon Musk's long-term plan. Create the foundation of an interplanetary internet. A Martian colony will need communication. Fast, reliable, independent of Earth. Starlink's architecture is the prototype of that system. What we're seeing today is just the first stage of a network designed to connect two planets. And here's the part most people don't realize. Starlink isn't just preparing Mars for humans. It's preparing humans for Mars. Every satellite launched today, every improvement in latency, every test in extreme environments is shaping the communication system that will guide spacecraft, support astronauts, and eventually connect an entire civilization on another world. Starlink is not just changing the internet, it's rehearsing for humanity's next home. Starlink isn't just an upgrade to the internet, it's a blueprint for a future where global communication no longer depends on governments, geography, or even Earth itself. So here's the question. If the world's communication grid moves into space, who should control it? A company, a government, or no one at all? Comment your answer, because this future is arriving faster than anyone expected.